Hey everybody, Mr. Larson here. So by now you have reached this point of the Cell Digital lesson where you're looking at Hook's lab. So now this may look like a lot and this may seem like a very bizarre part, but it's actually pretty simple, and I'm going to help walk you through how you get from your type of cell, your requirement, to this image where it shows the cells as well as is specifically labeled. So before we get started, you're going to need two things. You're going to need to upload this link. So if you click on the link, it'll lead you to this website here. It is a microscope lab, which could be really, really interesting. And then you're also going to need a Google Drawing template. So mine is blank right now, and we're going to be using it later on. So what you are going to be doing the first step basically to do is to upload the link and go onto this website. So before we get started, I want you guys to play around with this. So if you could pause the video for a quick second and just click through the guides, click through the learns, click through the explore, all that stuff, just to play around with the microscope and familiarize yourself with what you are going to be looking at. So feel free to pause the video now. Okay, so now that you've taken a couple minutes just to play around with it and figure it out, we're now going to focus on what is expected of us. So if you go back to the digital lesson, we are going to be looking at the simple squamous epithelium. So this is an epithelial cell, and just like we learned before, epithelial cells are found in your skin, as well as the lining of your stomach and things like that. We're going to be looking at it at 100%, and we're going to need to label the nucleus. So first things first, we're going to click on Explore. So Explore, if you looked at it before, kind of leads you to this page here. If we click on question mark, it'll give us a bunch of different slides that we can use. So the cell we're looking for is a human cell, so we're going to click on human, and then we're going to scroll on down to our simple squamous epithelium. So now it's going to set up the slide for us. Now, if you look at it, you can't really see anything. Here we have 4 times, 10 times magnification, 40 times magnification, and 100 times magnification. So since we had 100% magnification, it's asking us to add some immersion oil. If we were going to do this in person, we would have to do the same exact thing. So now it tells us to add the immersion oil. So we're going to click on the question mark, and it's going to do it for us. So once again, if you look at your microscope view, you can't really see anything. But we know that we're supposed to have 100 times the zoom. So how do we make it look like it actually has cells? So you can do a couple things. There is, of course, the coarse focus, which kind of makes it seem a little bit better. There is the fine focus to kind of make it for slight adjustments. I think one of the important things right now is because it's so dark, we might as well increase the light. So using the light adjustment, we're going to make this a lot brighter. There we go. So here we have our cells. If you want to click on the circle, you can actually move this around and look for what you need to look for. So here you can see a bunch of different cells. I think you can even see right here. This is a very good cell to look at. You can actually see all those little dots. Those are your different organelles. And if you look at that really big one right there in the middle, that is your nucleus. So what you want to do is take a screenshot. So how to do that is, so you do that through hitting Control, and then there is a button at the top that has different windows. So you're going to click Control and then that button, and it should give you a screenshot. Once that happens, once you get a screenshot, you're going to go over to your untitled drawing, your Google Drawing, and you're going to paste. So here is my screen. But I don't want all this excess stuff. So what I'm going to do is actually, crop image. So I'm going to crop it so that I only have this portion of my image. So all I want to focus on is the image itself. Don't need the rest of this stuff. Once you have that square around it, go ahead and click enter, and it should give you this image here. Now I'm going to adjust it so that it looks nice and big so we can see it. And there we go. So I'm going to be specifically looking at this cell because it is a very defined cell. You can even see the little bits and pieces on it. You can even see a little fuzzy nucleus in the middle. But now we need to label it. So we have our image. We have basically the setup. We just need to label it and give it a nice little presentation. So here, I'm going to click on lines. I'm going to have the line focus right on that nucleus and have the line pointing out here. So now I have a line specifically pointing to the nucleus of the cell. Now that we have our line, we're going to label it. So I'm going to click on text box. I'm going to make a nice little text box here, and I'm going to type in nucleus. I know how to spell. There we go. There is our nucleus. That is our final product here. So what you're going to do is you can either do one of two things. You can either do another print screen, another screenshot, or you can download the image and place it into your digital lesson. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screenshot. So I'm going to do Control, screenshot, and then I'm going to go back to this spot and place it and paste it into this box here. But then once again, I want to only have the image that I would need, so I'm going to crop everything else out. And of course, this is way too small for me to see, so I'm going to make it nice and big. And there we go. That is our final image properly labeled. So I hope this was helpful in understanding what you're expected to do. And now you are going to go through the next 3 different types of cells. And thank you for watching.